let's talk about AI just for a brief moment, because I'm a bit fed up with that topic, but because it just here
pay the price to modernity, you have to talk about it.
Yes, exactly. So let's do it. My view has been that in the warehouse space, there's very little use of AI. And the one application that I have in mind for AI is basically object recognition. So, you're taking a picture for a robot, for picking robot, you need to identify an object.
Yeah.
These are machine learning algorithms.
Yeah. They can be, but they may also not be machine learning.
Yeah, okay, so they can be.
Yeah.
What other applications of AI do you see in warehouse automation? Do you see any?
I see that it may play a significant role soon in robotics.
In what way?
In a sense that you want more and more universal robots. It's like two ways of thinking about this. From one side, you may say, oh, I will do very specialized robots, and I will try to produce them massively, and I will try to make them as cheap as possible. But there will be many specialized types.
Yes.
And from the other hand, you can say, oh, I want universal robots that can operate in the free, open environment.
Yes.
And of course, but the curves of these two different approaches are like that. The first curve is, imagine logarithm, and the second curve, imagine exponential, right? So in terms of efficiency. So of course, for anything universal, you have to invest much higher capital. So it would cost Tesla,
it's inefficient. It's inefficient. It's
flexible, $100 billion to come up with level 5, if not like, I don't know, $200 billion at the end of the day. I know how much money was burned by Waymo by now. I don't know, but I think it's already in many, many dozens of billions of dollars. So it is a very expensive project. But once it is done, and all of the complexities in software, some maybe still in hardware, it's very dangerous for every other type of tech.
Do you see this happening anytime in the next 10 years?
10? Yes, absolutely, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10 years for sure. Like you take a bipedal robot of Elon Musk that I'm assuming the marketing videos are 100x better than what's in the lab, but even if they're 50 times better than what's in the lab. You take guys like Agility Robots, you take 20 other bipedal robotic companies. In 10 years, it will happen. I don't know who will that company be. Like most likely there will be the early wave that will fail. But I have no doubt that it will happen. And then, like, if you are a pension fund somewhere, I don't know, in Norway, and you put all of your money into AutoStore, I would be very afraid. Because if you're thinking 20 years ahead, there could be trouble in 7, 8 years.
Yeah. It's a very opaque field in a way, because it's so difficult to understand to anybody. I mean, even for technical people, it's difficult to understand. But I mean, think about investors who do not have tech background. How can you understand the true potential of robots in warehouse automation? And my point of view, and I'm a very, let's say, I'm conservative in this respect. For a lot of solutions, it's not enough if it's 80% good or 90% good.
Yeah,
it needs to work always and 100% correct. And I believe that we can come a long way with manageable effort, like 80-20, right? So you invest, say, 100 billion euros, and then you get robots that can do a lot of stuff under certain conditions.
Yeah.
Making these things so good that they can do all the stuff and the conditions are much more loosely defined will take so much effort that it's not going to happen in the next 25 years. That's been my estimate, and I might be totally wrong because I'm a layman. I'm not a robotics engineer. I'm just observing what's happening on the market, and I see the everyday struggle with technology that's
Look,
almost good, but not really. You know?
it is hard to be right or wrong because it's inherently unpredictable.
Yeah.
It depends on breakthroughs in research. And I mean, nobody can predict breakthroughs in research, but you have to be very aware that a couple of more breakthroughs, like backpropagation, like transformers, a couple of more breakthroughs, and it may kind of start to develop much faster. And this more universal type of robotics may appear as a very, very new player. But right now, you're right? So, but I wouldn't bet on that. Look, my position is agnostic. You don't have to bet.
Yes.
Only if you're in a VC world and you're investing in AI, you sort of have to bet on that. Okay, it will happen. Me and you, we don't have to bet. Like I don't have $10 billion to invest into that kind of R&D. And therefore, you may say that in a grand scheme of things, in-stock is an incremental improvement, even though when we're selling the system, it seems to me like I'm selling something from the deep future.